Am I in there?
Yeah, you are. Oh, you can't see. I can see. Move your hands.
Hi! How's it going? I'm gonna have some of this smoothie. Okay, go away. No, because you're gonna ask me to edit that out.
No, I want
Hi. You might notice that I already have my face on as I do my brows. I may have already started recording and then I was like sitting here and I noticed that the camera turned off, so I don't know where it cut off. So I took it upon myself to finish up the face, adjust the lighting a little bit, and we're just gonna start over. So, hi, welcome. When did you get here? I'm really excited because I got a new camera, so that's what I'm filming on. So, if I do that, except I could easily edit myself out. It's because it's a Sony AX6000, I think, or maybe it's just A6000. I don't fucking know. It's a really nice camera and I love it, but the screen on the back does not flip forward, so I can't see myself, except it is in front of a mirror. So if I do this, I can see my reflection in the mirror. So I just want to make sure it's on, you know? So I'm trying it out. I hope the sound is okay. I don't really know. Take this journey together. Maybe you'll never see this video. I'm in a super good mood today. First of all, I'm excited because today's March 10th. Normally I would hesitate clarifying what the date is because who knows, this might... let me think. I'm trying to think of my upload schedule. This video won't be going up for 3 weeks, which is actually what motivated me to just start uploading the other day, or yesterday, was because I was like figuring it out and I didn't want to upload until I had like a nice little stockpile of videos, but then I realized I'll be talking about shit that happened 2 months ago by the time you see it. So I decided to just go for it. I want to post twice a week. So right now I've got enough for 2 weeks and this will be for week 3. Yesterday what I uploaded was my intro video. I just kind of wanted to really quick, you know, kind of just say what to expect when watching my channel and give some disclaimers because, as I say in that video, I don't like disclaimers, so I kind of just wanted to get them over with there in the first one. What's interesting though is I was editing the second video that goes up, and I think it's the one where I talk about how I slept till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was editing it a little bit more yesterday because I wanted to see if I could get it shorter. So yes, 29 minutes is shorter. I remember that day and I remember like my mood and how I felt, and I was struggling. Like, Sean and I just got back. We went on vacation to San Francisco and I needed that vacation so badly. I'm so glad I went, even though it was like, it wasn't even like amazing weather or anything like that. It just to like get away and just be alone, him and I. My last video, I think I even say it in that one. I felt inspired to record that, our first day we were there, because I was just in such a happy place and just feeling so good and was just having such a good time. And it wasn't because we were doing anything crazy special. It was just the walking and it was chilly, but it was at least sunny. And so like the being in the sunshine and just spending time with him and just, I don't know, it was like, it was awesome. Like, I just had so much fun. It was just great. I say it in that video, it was our first vacation just alone, just him and I. We've gone on vacations before, you know, but it's always to see my mom or to see my sister, things like that. And like, on those vacations, we'll have alone time, you know, maybe if we're staying in a hotel or things like that. Where the fuck did that rush just go? If we're staying in a hotel or things like that. But, you know, it's never just 7, 8 straight days of just him and I. And it was just so much fun. I don't know. I had such a great time. I'm so glad we went. And it was kind of just the recharge that I needed to just take a break from the weather. I have seasonal depression. I don't know if you can have seasonal depression when you have like depression, you know what I mean? Like year-round depression. But years ago I was diagnosed with seasonal depression, and I should actually read up on it because this was back when I was in high school, so I didn't really, you know, it was like the doctor tells you you have something and you're like, okay. And that's it. You know, I didn't do much about it or educate myself on what it was or things like that. But my depression is a lot worse in the winter months or in the cold months when it's just gloomy and gray. You know, I can deal with November and December because you've got the holidays in there and things like that, and Christmas cheer and Christmas lights and shit like that. But for me, January and February are just shit. You know, I don't have anything special going on. Sure, I have a couple friends with birthdays, but no offense, it's not big enough for me. It's just so blue and gray, and I'm ready for the sun and the warm weather and things like that. So it was really starting to wear on me when I was editing the video. Like I said, my second video about waking up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and stuff like that. It's like I can see, yesterday when I was watching, I could see in my face like the weight of how just how depressed I was and stressed, and granted I was not getting a lot of sleep. I put on 2 layers of full coverage foundation and then I put on concealer, and I'm like, all I see are bags under your eyes. Like, I just, like, watching a video of a person, yes, it's me, but like, I just felt for the girl. She looked so down. I don't know if like you guys felt it too, because it's like, it's me, so I know how I felt. You know, I know the feelings. And so it just like, it kind of hurt to watch. And I hope it doesn't like trigger people in a bad way or anything like that. I'm obviously never my goal, but it's really, dare I say, funny, for lack of a better word, looking back at that in the mindset I'm at right now, just a few weeks later or a couple weeks later, and I'm just like a completely different person, like mentally right now. And I said this to Sean while we were on our trip. I'm just so happy right now. I feel so at peace. Like Sean even said so many times on our trip, I've never seen you so happy. He's like, you just seem happier and just calm and like at ease. And I told him, I was like, well, I'm not fixed. Like, don't think I'm like never gonna need medicine again, or I'm never gonna be sad again. And that's almost like I was saying it for me, because I put this pressure on myself. Like, you're on vacation, have a great time, you know, and be happy, don't be depressed. And it's unfair. It's something that if Sean did it to me, or a friend or whatever was like, don't be depressed, I'd be like, fuck yourself. So it's funny that I let myself get away with it. Or, you know, I'm just so much harder on myself than I would allow someone else to be. You know, it's funny to look at a video that was made just a few short weeks ago and to like, you know, it's like, in a way I want to be like, snap out of it. Like, you'll be fine. It'll be okay. And I know that. In fact, I say in that video alone, you know, I made it getting ready, and then a few hours later I came back, you know, do a little conclusion there at the end. And even then, even in the course of me doing my makeup, you can hear like, I'm really sad, but then I'm like totally for sure. Really, Libby. People care about you, you're important, and I'm proud of myself in a way, you know, because I'm clearly not in a happy, healthy mental state, but I'm still trying to be positive and optimistic. And so I guess, you know, that's all I can ask when I'm in those headspaces. And that's something that's really important to know and remember, is that it is just, and it's like I say this, it's one of those like, it's okay for me to say it, but you can't say it kind of things. And I don't mean you, I mean, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just a phase. And that's a tricky statement, because I actually had this friend to tell him, I was like, look, when I'm like going through, you know, an episode, we'll say, I'm not one of those people that, you know, I think people make like a stereotype about girls where it's like, you know, we can turn anything into an argument or be offended by anything. And it's just kind of like a joke, like a lighthearted joke. And I've actually done that to people before and been like, you see how I turned that on you so quick? But I've said to him, like, I'm not gonna be like, how dare you, if you state something in an effort to calm me. And so I would tell him, like, there's nothing wrong with you saying to me, like, you know, you just calm down. It's just right now, it'll go away, or something like that. And it's very complicated, and I certainly empathize for people who don't have the right, you know, non-anxietiers, non-depressed people. I definitely empathize for those. You don't want to say, Libby, calm down, like it'll pass, you know, because I could very easily be like, how dare you? You don't know, you don't understand. And that's not fair because it's all about intent. We kind of talked about this in my first video. Do you see how things come like full circle? It's like a lesson. It's like you're in school and you don't even know it. I'm teaching you to be a better person. Jokes, jokes, jokes. It definitely is a battle for people who have loved ones with depression and anxiety because you don't want to say the wrong thing, but you're not wrong for the most part, for me anyway. I don't want to, I want to be careful and I don't want to like blanket statement. I can definitely, it almost always is just a phase in a way, you know, granted it took me like going across the country to get out of the phase, but I mean, even if I hadn't gone on vacation, it would have passed. It always does. And that's something that's really important to remember is that it will pass. This too shall pass, you know, it will pass. You just gotta bear with it and you just gotta do what you can to get through it. On our trip, you know, Sean and I experienced some obstacles, nothing super crazy except for when I threw up. Seafood. And I was like, I was crying, because I feel like puking makes anyone cry. We've all thrown up before, and yet for me it's like every time I puke I'm like, I'm dying, you know. I'm like, no, this is familiar, you've done this before. Although I don't, I'm sorry if this is gross for people, but I don't puke. I do not puke. It doesn't matter if I drink too much or anything. I have the flu. It's like my body will not allow me to throw up. The last time I really like hurled, you're welcome, was when I had food poisoning. So the fact that I was throwing up, I was terrified and I started crying, A, because puking just always makes me cry, and B, I mean mostly because you just feel like shit, but B, I thought I had food poisoning, and so it's like here I am on this trip and I'm like, I have fucking food poisoning. Like in my mind, I'm down for the count for at least 24 hours. But luckily it passed, so we're not sure what it was. We think it might have been like either an allergic reaction to the seafood I ate, although I'm not aware of having a shellfish allergy. To be fair, I've also never had shellfish, so, but I didn't get hives or trouble breathing or anything. I also think it could just be that I straight up psyched myself out because I'm like, literally, I'm scared of seafood. It's not like I think it's gonna attack me. It's like, I'm scared that it's gonna, I just don't, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna make myself puke. So apart from that, like we had no serious obstacles, but like some shit went wrong, you know, like first of all, parking is a fucking fortune in Chicago. It felt like Chicago, that's why I said that. It's a fortune in San Francisco. And you know, the traffic and the people and the one-way streets, and it's not like I'm a moron, I can drive, but it was just like the anxiety of like, don't hit people, but go the speed limit. And then the hills were really steep and it was a lot. And you know, I just had like worries on my mind, and Sean and I, we just kept going like, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And that was just kind of our thing, or, you know, nothing we can do about it. Being upset isn't going to make it warmer out or sunny or make it stop raining, because it did rain a little bit while we were there. Although I will say, being from Michigan, that rain was adorable. Like it rained for like a second and it was like sprinkling. It was nothing. It was really nice. It was hard. It is not, I've gotten into this kind of debate before with people about like, oh, see, Libby, you chose to have a good time and you did. You know, you chose to be happy. Can you choose to be happy? You could argue that, well, you can choose how you react. Sure. Within reason. When Sean was in a really bad car accident last year and I witnessed it. I was actually driving behind him in my car. We were coming back from Detroit. And when I saw the accident, I freaked the fuck out, sobbing, crying, screaming. And it wasn't like, well, Libby, like there was no choosing to be calm. I was hysterical. And so it's like, within reason, you can choose those things. But there are sometimes that something happens, you know, or even when something happens and it isn't super like dramatic, like, or traumatic, I should say, like a car accident. But you know, when you're just at the end of your rope, it could be tiny and you could freak the fuck out. And it's unfair for people to be like, well, you can control that. You could be happy. You could, you know. So I'm not sitting here saying, I chose to be happy and I was. Trust me, like I said, when I was vomiting, I wasn't choosing to be happy. I was crying. I was very upset. it was just a fabulous vacation, and I'm happy right now. And it's like, I gotta just like ride that wave of being happy, you know? It was just a very much needed vacation, and I was also relieved because I was having such a good time. And this might seem really silly, but I told Sean, I was like, I really hope that at the end of our vacation, like the last day, that I want to go home. And it's because nothing worse than being on an amazing vacation and you don't want to leave, but you have to, you know? And yeah, time came, it was time to go, and I was ready. I mean, puking helped. That didn't happen on our last day, but it happened towards the end. So, I mean, I just, like, was tired and things like that, because that happened Saturday to Sunday night, and so, like, I didn't quite catch up on my sleep after that point because I was up vomiting and things like that, and so I just, you know, I'm not gonna say I was ready, but I was kind of ready, you know? You miss your bed, you miss your dogs, you miss just being home, being familiar, so. Now I look deathly. Don't worry, it'll get better. Stay with me. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, you at least want to see how this turns out, right? And thanks to my new camera that shoots in 1080p, you can see how bad I look really clearly, can't you? Just sidebar real quick and say, like, I have put an unintended, I didn't mean to, but I've put like an accidental pressure on myself to like make sure your videos have like really good content and every one of them is a 5-star, which you might be watching this going like, so what you're saying is you think your other videos were 5 stars? But you know, like, I want to be able to say good shit. I don't fucking know. But I will say, it's kind of like when I go to therapy. Sometimes I go to therapy and I'm in a good mood. And so I'm kind of like, well, what do I talk to you about if I'm in a good mood? Like, you know, and that's probably bad. I shouldn't just, because you don't have to be sad to go to therapy. It's just interesting. Like, I'm in a happy place right now. And so it's like, I feel like you don't want to hear what I have to say because I'm happy. That's true. That's not very nice. You only like it when I'm sad is what you're saying. So, I'm super excited. Tonight we're going out for Sean's birthday. And then tomorrow I'm going to Corktown, I think it is, with my friend Patrick and with Sarah to go to, I want to say the parade, but I don't recall seeing a parade last year. But it's just, it's celebration for St. Patrick's Day, and so it's just drinking and having fun and like, I don't know. I love St. Patrick's Day. Ever since I met Sean, it's just the getting dressed up and the, I don't know. Like when I first met him, he was like, oh, I love St. Patrick's Day. And I kind of think it's just because even though when I met him, he wasn't old enough to drink, it's more like just the idea of a holiday near your birthday in a way. But he just, yeah, he's like, I love St. Patrick's Day and whatever. And like the first time I ever went out on St. Patrick's Day was with him. And like, we got dressed up and I had like the green socks and a green tutu and a green shirt and necklace. And like, I just like went all out. You would have thought that I was like celebrating it for years. And we just like went out all day. Like I took the day off work, as did he and our friends. And like, we just drank and had a good time. And it was just so much fun. And so I tell my friends, because my girlfriends were all supposed to be going out for St. Patrick's Day next week, I was coming with us, and I was like, because that's the holiday we celebrate. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day or Sweetest Day or anything like that. I was like, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But tomorrow, I'm going with just Patrick, which Sean has like, you know, he's being all like, I know he's joking, but he's being like pouty about it, like, oh, I'm not invited. And then with Sarah, and yeah, I'm super pumped for that. So that's tomorrow. And then actually after that, we're going to Steve's house for Sean's little birthday dinner. Tuesday, let me just give you a map of my life so you know where I am in case you want to assassinate me. Tuesday, Sean and I are going to the Demi Lovato DJ Khaled concert, and I'm super excited. I love a good concert. So we're gonna go do that, and actually, my friend Patrick, as well as my friend Tim and Dylan. They're in this chorus, all men's chorus, and it's called Prism. And just to help you in case I ever say it this way in the future, I do call it the gay men's chorus all the time. That's because I think like 98% of their members are gay men. First of all, they're magical, like angels. Oh my gosh. I've been to every one of their concerts. I sound like such a nerd. I've been to all of their concerts, but no, I've been to every one of their concerts since they were Prism, and then when they were in their other gay men's chorus before, I went to, well, all the concerts since I had been their friend. So they're amazing and awesome. And I found out last night, except I don't know all the details because Patrick, that fucker, won't text me back. They are like either singing or opening or whatever, something for Demi Lovato. So I'm fucking pumped. I feel like a proud mama. Like, oh my gosh, they're my boys. So I'm super excited. And let's see, and then next week is St. Patrick's Day. And it's on a Saturday, so Sean doesn't work. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. And then Sarah's birthday is coming up and we're going to, well, let me think. Will this be uploaded by the time Sarah's birthday happens? Because we have a surprise for her and she doesn't know yet. So let me just check my calendar. Okay, yes, by the time I upload this, we will have come back. It will be this past weekend will have been it. We are going to Traverse City for her birthday because she likes wine as much as I do. So I'm super excited for that. And I will say, having just been in Napa, granted, I was sick, but I like Traverse City better. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, Napa's awesome because you can see, like, as far as the eye can see, vineyards, like I almost said grape trees, grapevines. So like that's super cool. But on the flip side, what I like about Traverse City is that because it's smaller, it's just a lot easier to get around and like find wineries and shit like that. And like, let's get real, that's why I'm there. I'm there to drink wine. I just like Traverse City better for that reason. Plus, some of the wineries in Napa, you needed like a reservation to drink at them, like to do like a flight, like a tasting, which I thought was weird. And also, we went to this one winery. And it's called Artesia, maybe how it's pronounced. It's Artesa. And it was fucking beautiful. Like if you ever go, like it's at the top of like a hill and it just, I can't even give you a beautiful word picture that will justify how awesome it was. But we went there and we were doing like a tasting and then we were done and Sean and I were like, okay, so could we get like a glass of this and this? And the guy was like, actually, it's like a county law thing. They can only pour so many ounces. So I couldn't, you either have to do a tasting or a glass. And I'm like, but this is Napa. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like going to, you know, Vegas and they're like, well, we have a limit on how much you can gamble. Like, really? Because isn't that like what your money comes from? Sorry, so I had to take a potty break and then I figured I would just finish my mascara and lips because you guys don't want to sit there watching me go like, and then, so. But I wanted to hop on because I forgot, hello, one of like the most important things that's going to happen in March, opening day for the Detroit Tigers. That's how I get to wrap up March. And then from there, we head into April, which, I mean, my mom's birthday is in April, and I think Easter's in April. Oh yeah, I think Easter's April 1st, isn't it, this year? Funny. But yeah, so from there, you head into May, which is when I turn 30. But to me, it's just, the reason why I get so excited about my birthday is because that means summer's coming, so super pumped. All in all, moral of this video is that I'm in a really good mood, and I'm happy, and I love it. But I know that it won't last, and I don't mean that in a Debbie Downer way, I mean that in a realist way. It won't last, it is what it is. But it's important to savor these memories, like savor the good shit that happens in your life so that when shitty shit happens, you can look back and have something positive to remember, but to hold on to and to look forward to, because the dark clouds, they never last. They always clear up. Isn't there a song?
Gray skies are gonna clear up.
I'm not singing for you. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking and interacting with me. and I will see you next time. Bye.